Navigation Acura Gulf Freeway.
Meep, meep.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News at 10.
The young victim of a serial rapist thrown in jail for nearly a month, even though she did nothing wrong.
She was treated worse than any other criminal, that I can think.
County prosecutors holding her against her will so they could force her to testify.
Should she have ever been in jail?
This young lady should have never been put in the Harris County Jail. That is not an environment for a rape victim.
Was it the only option to put her in jail for 27 days?
A Channel 2 team investigation gets answers, holding leaders accountable.
What about other rape victims in the county, ma'am?
Jenny was the victim of a terrible crime. Instead of protecting her, the Harris County District Attorney's Office threw her in jail for nearly a month, forcing her to live alongside accused criminals. Her mother's pleas for help ignored.
Tonight, a special Channel 2 team investigation reveals why this could happen to any victim. Investigator Jace Larson exposes the actions of prosecutors and of the jail, going straight to the district attorney herself to get answers.
She is the all-American girl, a volleyball player in high school. But after graduation, Jenny's mom says she was diagnosed bipolar, and that's when her life changed. Jenny became homeless and then the victim of a horrific crime. Keith Hendricks attacked, choked, and raped Jenny in an abandoned house. When it came time for her to face the man who had done it to other women too, Jenny, who was one of the prosecution's key witnesses, couldn't do it. This transcript shows her incoherent, breaking down and saying she'd never return. She was found standing in the middle of traffic. Police took her to a hospital on a mental health hold, or so her family thought.
Jenny called me and she said, "Mom, I am in the Harris County Jail."
It turns out prosecutors were worried that they would lose their star witness, so they got a judge's order. That order said after Jenny was released from the hospital, she would go to jail.
Handcuffed and put in a patrol car.
Should she have ever been in jail?
Absolutely not.
Jenny's family recently hired attorney Sean Buckley to bring a lawsuit.
This young lady should have never been put in the Harris County Jail.
Turns out there is a state law that allows judges to put a witness in jail if that judge believes a witness will not show up to testify.
Have you ever heard of this type of thing happening to a rape victim?
Never.
It's astounding to me that this could have happened.
Channel 2 legal analyst Brian Weiss says at the very least, an attorney should have been appointed to represent Jenny's best interests. Jenny was jailed even though she hadn't broken the law.
She received less due process, less protection than her rapist did.
I got my hands on Jenny's jailhouse records, which show at times jail workers mistakenly believed that Jenny was the accused rapist. In 2 different psychiatric evaluations, jail staff mistakenly noted that she was arrested for aggravated sexual assault, even though it says Jenny tried to tell them she is the victim.
They entered in her information in the computer in such a way that identified her as the accused sex offender.
The jail employees who would have looked at her profile in the computer system, they might have thought that she was actually the rapist.
I believe that that contributed to much of the abuse that she suffered in the jail.
Jenny spent her days in the jail's general population, living with suspected criminals, one who had it out for Jenny.
She was in one pod where she was just beat up, and she received her first black eye.
Prosecutors could have asked, though, that Jenny be put in what's known as the nicest part of the jail. Each person has their own cell and a common area where they can come and go. But because prosecutors never made that request to the judge, Jenny was left with the general population. 3 weeks into her jail stay, Jenny apparently had had enough, and she punched a guard who punched her back.
You shouldn't hit a mental health patient with a closed fist.
Jenny's horror continued until she was brought back to the courtroom to testify against Hendricks. This time, she helped put Hendricks away for 2 life sentences. But if you think her testimony that day meant immediate freedom for Jenny, it didn't. Because Jenny might have been called to testify again, she was forced back into jail for 3 more days until testimony ended. We asked District Attorney Devin Anderson for an interview, but she refused.
Was it the only option to put her in jail for 27 days? Was that your office's only option, ma'am?
I can't comment on that.
Why not? Why can't you talk to us about a rape victim?
Excuse us. Thank you.
What message does this send to other victims of rape?
I do fear that it will impact the willingness of some victims to come forward.
Oh gosh, none of them will want to testify against their rapist. Why would they?
A jail spokesman says that because the judge did not request special treatment, staff evaluated Jenny and then placed her where they felt it was best. Since there is limited space in jail, not every inmate can have a private cell. Now, late today, the DA's office told us that this lawsuit prevented them from commenting, but it said putting witnesses in jail is a common tool used by prosecutors and defense attorneys. Dominique, you and I have been working on this story now for a few weeks. I know you had a chance to really sit down and talk to her mother, and you have some more of that coming up.
Yes, Jace, I sure do. And as you know, it was an agonizing 27-day fight, and all of this going on during the Christmas season. I will have my one-on-one interview with Jenny's mother coming up a little later in this newscast. Bill?
Yeah, Dominique, more drama at the GOP convention tonight. Just a short while ago, a protester was thrown out of the arena for disrupting the convention. We're told that she's a member of the anti-war group called Code Pink. That's a group that also opposes Donald Trump. All of this comes on the day that Trump officially became the nominee for the Republican Party. Our Ryan Korsgaard traveled to Cleveland for the convention. He's joining us live now with how tonight's big headliners responded to the nomination today. Ryan?
Bill, in breaking news, we just saw a second protester escorted out of here by police just a few moments ago. But you're right, it was a big night. We heard from two of Trump's adult children earlier tonight. They offered a more personal look at their dad. First, let me show you some pictures of the big party. Now that Trump is the Republican nominee for president, you can imagine a lot of celebration as delegates put him over the top. Now let me show you some pictures of the roll call a little earlier tonight. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick represented Texas in the roll call. He said now Trump is the favorite in the state of Texas. Now let me show you some pictures of Trump himself. He thanked the delegates by satellite, and he predicted a win against Clinton. And then Tiffany and Donald Trump Jr. spoke and offered an intimate look at their father.
I always look forward to introducing him to my friends, especially the ones with preconceived notions, because they meet a man with natural charm and no facade.
For the first time, parents no longer think that their kids will be as well off as we were. We've lost the confidence in our leaders and the faith in our institutions. But remember one thing, we're still Americans. We're still one country. And we're gonna get it all back.
Now, he went on to say that impossible is simply a starting point for his father. He said unrelenting determination will make him the next president. We're live in Cleveland tonight. Ryan Korsgaard, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Ryan. Quick reminder, you can also watch the convention on our website. We are live streaming the big speeches on click2houston.com all week long.
While many are celebrating Trump's official win, some are not too happy about it. In fact, a local Republican Party leader is so offended by the nomination, he resigned right after the news broke. Robert Arnold spoke with precinct chairman about his bold move. Robert?
We're standing in Harris County Republican Party Precinct 597. It runs from Copperfield to Tidwell to Bamel North Houston. William Morris has been the chairman of this precinct for 8 years. His resignation came at the moment Donald Trump secured the nomination.
You know, how can you work with guys like that?
William Morris is a longtime conservative, and he doesn't mince words when it comes to his party's nominee for president.
He's a racist. He's a liar.
Morris says he was hoping for a last-minute change of heart at the convention. When that didn't happen, he sent his letter of resignation as precinct chairman to the chairman of the Harris County Republican Party.
He is not good for us. He's not good for this country. So why be part of that? That's why I got out of it.
Why resign? Why not continue working in the party?
I don't see the benefit of working in the party.
Now, we reached out to officials with the Harris County Republican Party about Morris's resignation. We have yet to receive a response. Reporting live from Northwest Harris County, Robert Arnold, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Robert. They were the tense moments we couldn't stop watching this afternoon. A driver leading police on a chase in a white van. Now, this lasted several long minutes with the driver repeatedly ditching down side streets. Eventually, he crashed into some trash cans, and then it was a waiting game for officers to see what his next move would be. That move turned out to be a peaceful surrender. Our Keith Garvin spoke with witnesses and joins us live now. Keith?
Bill, police say this was a chase that began when a driver hit another vehicle and then simply just kept on driving.
I just heard a lot of noise and the sirens, of course.
Quite a lot of sirens and noise as a police chase wound its way through North Houston and into the Heights. Officers with Metro and HPD say it all started when the driver of this white van hit another vehicle. That crash was witnessed by an officer, but when the officer approached the man behind the wheel to question him, they say the man took off. At one point during the chase, it appears bike patrol officers try to enter the van through the passenger side door, but the driver takes off after figuring out the plan.
The first thing I saw is all these cops pointing the guns like towards my house. So I ran back inside.
The chase ended after the man crashed the van in the Woodland Heights neighborhood. Officers drew their weapons, but never had to use them.
With everything that's been happening lately, you know, I was like, somebody's gonna get shot and we're gonna be in trouble again, you know, but thankfully nobody got shot.
And police say they're still not sure why that driver ran, but they say at the very least he will be facing evading police charges. Reporting live, Keith Garvin, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
All right, coming up, high pressure is continuing to build in across the country. Heat warnings all the way up to Minnesota right now through the weekend. It's going to get hot around here with all the sinking air, and it's going to be very dry. I'll have the details what it means for us coming up.
All right, Frank, thank you. Plus, they are meant to be a show of support. Memorial ribbons for fallen police officers. Tonight, why Spring residents are being told to take them down.
But first, an innocent victim of rape sitting in jail for nearly a month. Her mother's desperate fight to get her out. You, as her mother, are going through the holiday without her.
That was all I could think about. It was all I could think about was getting Jenny out of jail.
The Channel 2 team investigation continues with my exclusive one-on-one interview, mother to mother. That's next on Channel 2 News at 10.
Sponsored by Southwest. Transparency. Low fares, nothing to hide. Book your flight today at southwest.com.
Start your day off right with Channel 2 at 5:50. Could thumb sucking be beneficial? Why this toddler no-no could fight off allergies.
Plus, the Houston World Series of Dog Shows kicks off the jumps and tricks that you can't miss.
Wednesday morning on Channel 2 News Today.
The Ford Freedom Sales Event is on. Hurry in for our biggest event of the year. Now get a Ford F-Series with 0 for 60, giving you freedom from interest. Plus, for a limited time, get a $1,000 smart bonus on specially tagged pickups. America's best-selling trucks 39 years straight are built Ford tough.
Get $10,250 total savings plus $500 Ford credit bonus cash plus $1,000 smart bonus cash on a 2016 F-150. Only at your Best in Texas Ford dealer.
Make every day different with the 350 sub of the day. Every day, it's a different 6-inch sub. Like sweet onion chicken teriyaki on Monday or turkey breast on Wednesday for just $3.50. Subway, fresh is what we do.
America thought our pancakes were pretty great, but as much as you loved them, we didn't. So we made them with fresh buttermilk and a hint of vanilla. Are Denny's new pancakes fluffier, tastier, better than yours? Only you can decide.
Technology is a living thing. It listens to us.
How may I help you?
It shows us the way. It expands our minds and gives us vision where once we had none. This is how civilization moves forward. This
is how we get coffee.
The 2016 Corolla. Technology on a whole other level.
Right now, get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a stylish new 2016 Corolla. Toyota, let's go places.
He doesn't really need anybody's money.
Can Donald Trump win America's vote without it?
One thing that Trump hasn't done is court the whales, the people that are able to write $1 million checks.
Why Trump's top Houston area donors are not who you'd think. Tomorrow at 10.
Our lead story tonight, the most unbelievable case of a rape victim named Jenny, who was thrown in jail for nearly a month, even though she committed no crime. Channel 2 Investigates exposed how the district attorney's office jailed Jenny to make sure that she would testify against her rapist. But that decision left her vulnerable, behind bars, living next to dangerous suspects. Now I'm talking one-on-one with Jenny's mother about the fight to get her innocent daughter out of jail.
I tried my best to get her out of there, and it was horrible.
27 days, Jenny sat in jail, a rape victim, forced to live with accused criminals.
She was treated worse than any other criminal, that I can think.
A mother watching her daughter suffer a second time, feeling helpless. Your daughter, a mental health patient, is now having to go through the Christmas holiday in jail. And you, as her mother, are going through the holiday without her.
That was all I could think about. It was all I could think about was getting Jenny out of jail. I mean, I could barely stand it.
Her cries for someone to step in, someone to get Jenny the help she needed, ignored. You're her mother. What are you doing during all this time? How are you handling this?
I'm panicking, for one thing, because what I was told by the DA's office was not happening. So I'm sending emails. I'm not getting the response I want, so I start going up the chain of command at the DA's office. They never returned my phone calls. They didn't do anything to help Jennifer.
And no one at the jail would listen.
No one believed us.
And why?
We found out that they had her under a sexual assault predator instead of a victim. She told them herself that she was a victim. She was not a criminal. And they didn't believe her. They just thought because of her mental health status that she was delusional and not telling the truth.
Tell me about the day she testified against her attacker.
She looked horrible. And she didn't look like herself. They could have kept her in the Harris County Psychiatric Center or the mental health unit of the jail until she testified. But they didn't do any of that.
Jenny's mother was desperate to get her daughter out. She made more phone calls, sent more emails, and finally, on January 14th, 3 days after Jenny helped convict her attacker, she went home. Tell me about that moment when you finally saw your daughter.
I said, "How are you doing, honey?" She goes, "I'm glad I'm not in there, Mom." I said, "I know, honey." I said, "Mama was not going to let you stay in there one more day."
How do you think these people charged with your daughter's care can look at themselves in the mirror?
I hope they think about it forever. I hope they think about what happened and what she did for them. And I hope they can live with themselves.
Jenny is now in therapy once a week. Her mother knows that she needs more intensive therapy, so the family has filed a federal lawsuit. And Jace rejoins us now to talk about the claims in that lawsuit.
Yeah, so this is a federal lawsuit. It was filed just yesterday. It claims official oppression and excessive force. It demands that Jenny be paid for what she has been through. Now, this lawsuit does not have a specific dollar amount in it, but let me tell you, it is long, 33 pages. Right now on clicktohouston.com, you can see a timeline of Jenny's case, and we're going to continue to stay on the story because already we're hearing from people on the phone. People have been text messaging me just since we aired the first part of our story. We're also going to hear from mental health experts, the Women's Center. They are all reacting to what we have uncovered, and we'll have that story for you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
Good work, Jace. Thank you so much.
Now here's Andy Sirota with a story you'll see all new tomorrow night at 10.
Donald Trump may be the Republican presidential nominee, but when it comes to campaign cash, he is way behind.
One thing that Trump hasn't done really is court the whales, the people that are able to write $1 million checks.
So if the billionaires aren't shelling out big bucks for Trump, who is?
He's a good businessman who speaks his mind. Doesn't care what you think when he says something.
Channel 2 Investigates tracks down Trump's top Texas donors. See where the Houston area ranks for total contributions. Tomorrow at 10.
New tonight at 10 o'clock, Spring residents are being asked to take down memorial ribbons meant to honor fallen police officers. Their Neighborhood Homeowners Association says it is the, quote, appropriate time for the ribbons to come down. But the residents disagree. Our Jennifer Bauer live now with their reaction. Jen?
You know, Bill, we don't know who tied these blue ribbons around the trees here at the entrance to this neighborhood, but the HOA says they think it's time they come down. Some neighbors tell us it's too soon. And Margie Akers has had her blue light up for weeks. Today, she added some blue ribbons around the front yard of her Cypresswood home.
I am very supportive of our law enforcement officers. I have many friends and relatives who are law enforcement officers.
Margie and many of her neighbors received an email from the Cypresswood HOA. They want the person who put up these blue ribbons along the neighborhood's public median to take them down. The email says in part, with the Dallas tragedy having occurred 12 days ago and the funerals of the fallen officers completed, it feels like an appropriate time for the memorial ribbons to come down.
There is no time limit on grieving, and I feel very comfortable with having them. They're on my property, so I don't think there should be any issues.
Now, we, of course, did reach out to the HOA for comment, but we are still waiting for their reply. We're live in Spring tonight. I'm Jennifer Bauer, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
All right, Jennifer, thanks a lot. There's also no time limit on supporting our police officers who are out there risking their lives for us.
Amen.
You bet.
All right, Frank, thank you. And nice sunset you bring to us.
Well, you know, the storms that we had this morning and the cloud cover this afternoon really set the stage for gorgeous sunsets all across the area. This is Cypress, Town Lake in Cypress. John Huff posted this one on Storm Pins. Absolutely golden sky on fire. Beautiful. Hope you've enjoyed it. Bush is at 80 right now. It's warm out. 81 at Katy, 84 Hobby and Galveston here in the southwest. Our camera right across the freeway. And you can see temperatures at 83, but it feels like 90. Winds are out of the southeast. That's everywhere. The humidity is up everywhere right now at 77%. So here's a look at the futurecast into tomorrow morning. A few showers at 7 o'clock, and you'll notice not a lot of yellows or oranges or reds, just a few scattered real quick showers come through. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. By the time we get to 6, there's not much left. So less so than even today. And then the showers really get out of here Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. High pressure is going to continue to build in. Look at already these heat warnings that are in effect through Saturday from Texas and Louisiana clear to Chicago and Minneapolis. Feels like temperatures of 105 to 115 because of the humidity. The corn belt through here, that corn pulls up that ground moisture and releases it. It's called evapotranspiration, but let's just call it corn sweat because that's going to drive the humidity up, and that's why it's going to feel like 115 across parts of the United States. For us, the hot weather will be here until about Saturday, and then by Sunday, we get back to our normal July fry, if you will. 113 in Phoenix on Thursday, 98 in Minneapolis, Kansas City, 99 in Memphis, Dallas, Amarillo, Wichita, triple digits are going to be easy to find Thursday and Friday. Here's a look at your power planner as we move tomorrow. 78 at 6, 90 by noon, 96 in the afternoon, 20% chance for a shower. We've got some bad hair days on the way in. There's that 20% both on Wednesday and again on Sunday. In between hot and dry Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And there we finally get back to 94 and 96. Big cool spell there, 20 and 30% chances of rain. Sports is next. We'll be right back.
Things smart people buy. Extra chalk. Books with no pictures. Those weird curly light bulbs. Tweed. And the Subaru Legacy, the longest lasting midsize sedan in its class. A 2016 Top Safety Pick Plus. And Subaru has been named Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand. The Subaru Legacy. It's more than a sedan. It's a Subaru.
Maintain the love of your new Subaru with 2 years of complimentary maintenance. Right now, get 0% APR financing on the 2016 Subaru Legacy.
This is how Precision listens. Bose microphones that hear engine noise, then counter it with the sound-canceling frequency, which helps make the cabin so quiet, you don't miss a thing.
Night, Dad.
Good night, kiddo. It's called Active Noise Cancellation, and it's available in the new, meticulously crafted 2016 Sierra from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade.
Now get over $10,600 cash back on select 2016 GMC Sierra SLT Crew Cab vehicles in stock. GMC, we are professional grade.
My son has meningitis B, but how did we end up here?
His mom thought he had the flu, and that he was covered by the meningococcal meningitis vaccine he had received. Until 2014, there were no vaccines for meningitis B in the U.S. Now there are. While uncommon, meningitis B can lead to death within 24 hours.
Trumemba is a vaccine for 10 through 25-year-olds to help prevent Group B meningococcal disease. Trumemba should not be given if you had a severe allergic reaction after a previous dose. Most common side effects were injection site pain, fatigue, headache, muscle pain, and chills. Ask your doctor about all the risks and benefits of Trumemba and tell them if you've received any other meningitis B vaccines.
Meningitis B can be spread by typical sharing behaviors. A drink, a spoon, a kiss. It all started here. It might have been prevented with Trumenba. Ask your doctor about Trumenba.
Is it a force of nature or a sales event? The Summer of Audi sales event is here. Get up to a $5,000 bonus on select Audi models.
Tonight, Fallon has Trump at the convention. It was you. And Idris Elba playing box of microphones. Plus AGT's Heidi Klum and Lucas Graham. New Fallon tonight. Seth welcomes Michael Strahan and for Mr. Robot, Rami Malek. New late night, NBC Tonight.
All right, here we go. Expansion is back on, at least for now, within the Big 12 Conference. And that means University of Houston still has a fighting chance to plead its case. They'll get their chance. Today, the Big 12 Board of Regents unanimously voted for and asked Commissioner Bill Bowsby to evaluate interested schools. We'll keep you updated on that. Baseball tonight out in Oakland. The Ice Cream Man looking for just a little bit of business on a chilly night there in the Bay Area. No score, third inning. Astros get on the board. Luis Valbuena with the base knock to center. That brings in Jose Altuve. Right now, Astros on top, 1-0, fourth inning out in Oakland. All right, the Texans are going to open training camp here in 12 days. We hope you're ready, and no one is more ready than Dwayne Brown. Last time we saw Brown, he was being carted off the field there at NRG Stadium after tearing his quad in the regular season finale, but now the longest tenured Texan at 9 years is closer to returning. Adam Wexler has more.
Injured Texan is Dwayne Brown.
The 2015 season ended for Dwayne Brown, being carted off the field with a severe quad injury, requiring surgery that left his readiness for 2016 in doubt.
So far, so good. It's been a battle. You know what I mean? Like I said, being 310 plus pounds, it's not the easiest injury to come back from.
A starter for 8 seasons, Brown isn't putting a timetable on his return, but he's planning to be ready when the season arrives.
Taking it one day at a time. You know, I plan to be out there playing, you know, the first week of the season.
For Brown, with this particular injury, clearly the rehab is demanding, but it also requires patience.
Patience has been something I really worked on a lot this offseason, just knowing, okay, I'm doing good, but I don't want to, you know, do too much more. It's a long road, you know, and I just can't get frustrated. You know, you just put your head down, keep going, and that's what I've been doing.
At Hank's Gym in Southwest Houston, Adam Wexler, KPRC, Channel 2 Sports.
All right, Wex, thanks. Big 12 football media days continue. The Longhorns in the spotlight today. Longhorn Nation not happy. 5-7 last year. The defense was horrible, one of the worst in school history. Still, they beat Baylor and OU, so it's something for Charlie Strong's program to build on.
One of our themes right now is believe, and I tell them all the time, if you don't believe in yourself, no one would ever believe in you. So it's time for us to start believing in ourselves and getting this program headed back in the right direction.
All right, believe it wins some football games. Finally, Tiger Woods hasn't played since August of 2015. But, guys, today his reps announced not only is he out for next week's PGA Championship, he's also going to sit out likely rest of the season. That back injury, slow recovery for Tiger. He's taking it easy. He wants to come back and make sure that he's 100% before he hits the links and not embarrass himself out there. So he's going to be out for a while again.
Yeah. All right, Randy.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Stay with us.
Doesn't your perfect yard deserve the perfect light? Call for a free nighttime demonstration and $300 off. Capture the night with the perfect light.
When you can take your hands off the wheel to get out of a tight spot. When you can relax with your foot off the brake and stay put. And when you enjoy 400 horsepower that's both smooth and controlled. That's the more human side of engineering. This is the Lincoln Summer Invitation. Hurry in now to your dealer for limited time offers. Lease a Lincoln MKX for $349 a month or get 0% APR for 60 months and just announced $1,000 Summer Invitation bonus.
At AT&T, we believe in access, the opportunity for everyone to explore a digital world full of possibilities, connecting with family, friends, and the things that matter most. And because nothing keeps us more connected than the internet, we've created Access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, deposit, or installation fee. Visit att.com/access now to learn more.
Excuse me,
I think there's a misprint.
Oh, model year-end clearance event. Looks right to me.
Shouldn't it be clear?
Clearly, it is time to get a great deal and a reward card on this turbocharged Jetta. Got to make room for the 2017 models. It is a clearance event. Why is that so hard for people to understand? Seems clear to me. Clear to me. Ready for a test drive?
Whatever you want to call it, don't miss the Volkswagen Model Year-End event. Hurry in and lease a 2016 Jetta S for $139 a month after a $1,000 bonus.
Style lets you stand out from the herd. What's inside sets you apart. The 2016 Cadillac Escalade. During summer's best, Texas residents get this low-mileage lease on this 2016 Escalade from around $789 per month. Visit your Houston area Cadillac dealer today.
Bogota has the perfect equatorial climate. The best roses grow here. And H-E-B only buys the best. That's why they've been buying roses here for over 20 years. And that's why they can guarantee their roses for 7 days. They buy over 20 million roses a year from us. H-E-B's business helps us support over 5,000 local families, including a free school right here on our farm. Because H-E-B cares about the best roses and where they come from. I'm Moises, and this is the floral department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
Working hard doesn't have to be hard work. The all-new Nissan Titan XD does the heavy lifting. Has a Cummins diesel engine and an available integrated gooseneck hitch. Get the Texas Auto Writers Association 2016 Truck of Texas. Titan, take on the job. Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com and save up to $2,000 on top of existing offers on Titan.
How many people Google corn sweat?
We were talking about it for 3 minutes.
Yeah. It's amazing. We grow so much corn, it creates its own weather now.
It's true. Isn't that the truth? All right. So you might want to cut your corn down if you don't want that sweat. 96, 99. Oh, shucks. I know. All right. There you go. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. We'll be all over tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Popcorn and everything.
You're so corny.
Start your winning streak